But yeah, tell me it's not one of the most beautiful churches you've ever seen. And what's funny is that right across the street, there's another church, right there. Um, can you see it? It's right in the middle of my screen. There is another church right there. And yeah, I mean, in this area, there's all different kinds of restaurants. All of those terraces are actually restaurants. So like, there are restaurants in the rooftop of all of these buildings, and people go enjoy delicious meals here. And that's actually one of the other things I really love about Oaxaca. The best restaurants I've tried in Mexico are here, and they're not expensive at all. Well, they're definitely not as expensive as a restaurant in Mexico City, and the quality is just so much better. That's what I really love about this place. Also, the people are generally friendlier. There's always something going on. Today, I mean, we have a lot of luck, but because there's not like any festivals or anything like that going around, but going on, sorry. But I'm gonna show you just this street and like all the different restaurants that are along the street. One of my favorite ones is actually called Maguey Maiz, and it's right there. It's yeah, I mean, I don't think you can see it from here, but and look, there is a rooftop right there where you can go have drinks and stuff like that. And I think there's going to be a concert or something this evening. I just don't know what concert it's going to be. But yeah, I mean, when there's like public concerts or like open air concerts, they usually take place here. And there's a restaurant right there. It's that one right there. It's called Maguey Maiz. It's one of my personal favorites. And you can see just like the architecture of the places is just beautiful. That's another of the things that I really love about Oaxaca. Its architecture is like, you know, there's not really other place in Mexico that resembles all of the different elements that make Oaxaca so unique. The food, the traditions, the culture, all of this mixture of different cultures. You know, the respect for the traditions, the quality of the food and the ingredients, the weather, where it's hot year round, but it's not super hot like in Merida, for instance. So that's one of the things I love about this place. So for instance, in Merida, it would be like really hot right now. It's always hot. I don't know the temperature in Fahrenheit, but if you are willing to make the conversion, it's like around 30 to 40 degrees Celsius year round. Whereas Oaxaca is from 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, which is a much better weather, and they have it year round. So yeah, I mean, if you're single, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're single and young, I probably wouldn't advise that you came and relocated here, because there's not a lot of people that you can meet. But on the other hand, if you already have a family and you're looking to relocate to somewhere where it's quiet and calm, and you're looking for a place to raise your kids, then Oaxaca is an amazing choice. But yeah, I mean, I see Oaxaca more as a place for people to retire in, rather than a place that digital nomads can live for very long periods of time. Look, here's the church that I was telling you about earlier. It's right there. And well, as you can see, like, it's just very chill. Everyone's chilling in the different benches and just having a good time. And yeah, that's what a typical evening in Oaxaca looks like. Oaxaca is a very walkable city. As you can see, like, this street that is the main street is just, it's closed to all sorts of vehicles. It's just allowed, only people can walk through here, which I really like. Also, it's a very well communicated city. There is an airport that has national and international destinations very nearby, so you literally can take a taxi and you will be there in 20 minutes. So it's definitely a very well connected city. Regarding public transportation, you won't really need it because it's a really small city. Like, if you live in the center core, like in the downtown, I don't know if you're calling it downtown because it's not really a downtown, but like if you are in the core of the city, you don't really need public transportation. You can go walking everywhere, so it's definitely a very walkable city. It's another of the things that I like. Every time that I come, I've never had the need to use Uber or anything like that, which, by the way, there's no Uber here because, like I said, people are very respectful of their traditions here, so they really haven't allowed Uber to get in the city yet. So there's no Uber here. There's Uber, but if you use the app, it will just get you a regular cab. Another of the things that goes to show how much people appreciate their culture here is that there's no Starbucks. So so that's another similarity with Italy, I find. In Italy, there's no Starbucks. There's no Starbucks here either. Only in the outskirts of the city you will find Starbucks, but in the city you won't find Starbucks anywhere. Instead, you will find local cafes, which I think are of much better quality than Starbucks and much more affordable. Well, I probably couldn't say much more affordable, but they're definitely better quality because they are local and they take care of their customers. But yeah, there's no Starbucks here, and also there's not a lot of fast food joints on the streets, as you can see. Like, people here go eat in the market, fresh food. This sourced locally and this made by traditional cooks. People here take so much pride in their cuisine that there's all sorts of competitions and like displays going on about gastronomy a lot of the time. So like traditional cooks from all around the state come and get together here just so that people get a chance to try what they make and like what they and the way they learn to cook is they learned how to cook from their mother and their grandmother and their grandmother. So it's definitely very traditional, and that's what people eat here. People here don't eat a lot of junk food. And the ice cream like the one I was eating earlier it just tastes so natural. Like, you don't feel like you are eating, something artificial. Like, it doesn't taste heavy. It doesn't make you feel full. It's very light. So that's what I like. And I've been walking along the city. It's very small. It's a very small city, to be honest. Well, there's always something going on. And there's Auditorio Guelaguetza. It's also like a few steps away from here, where there's always like cultural events going on, like concerts and that kind of stuff. And then in the center, there's also Teatro Macedonio Alcalá, where the orchestra of the state of Oaxaca performs every now and then. And also they have different cultural events, but less massive. It's right there. I'm gonna turn around so you can take a look. It's that one right there, with the blue roof. I'm gonna walk so you can take a better look at it. That theater was actually built or ordered to build by Porfirio Diaz. Look, there's all sorts of banks, so you don't have to worry about getting your money, because like there's banks everywhere. Oaxaca is a city, like I said, you know. You can have the same lifestyle as you would in a developed city, just much more affordable. And yeah, I mean, in this area right here, there's more like traditional businesses. And there's another bank right here, Santander. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. And we're getting close to the theater. I'm gonna turn around so you can have a better look. That's the theater. Sorry. And it was, yeah, I mean, it was, you know, Porfirio Diaz, which was Mexican president for a really long period of time. He gave the order to construct this theater, which was actually I think it was actually it was originally a casino, which is like a place where people go and like make bets and like gamble. That's what that originally was. But then it got transformed into a theater, and I think that was a very good idea, because yeah, I mean, there are all sorts of cultural events there. So if you're into culture, as you can see, there's lots of museums, there's theaters, and there's lots of art. If you enjoy going to markets, you will be able to find all different sorts of crafts markets around the city. And then and there in those kinds of places, you can purchase all sorts of crafts that are handmade by artisans. And we're just arriving at Zócalo, which is like the main plaza of the city, you know, where it's the core of the city. And yeah, there's all sorts of different events going on there as well. Street dancers, street food. And the street food here is really, you'll definitely find a burger, you'll find a hot dog, you'll find elotes, so like corn, esquites. You'll also find marquesitas, which that's actually a dessert from Yucatan, but for some reason people started selling here and it's become popular, and it's also really good. And there's another church right there. So that's actually, and there's another one right there. and that's just a sculpture. But yeah, I mean, the weather is definitely this beautiful year-round. Sometimes it can rain a little because there is a hurricane or something like that, but hurricanes are not like catastrophic here. Something to have in mind though is that earthquakes are frequent here. So if you're super afraid of earthquakes, you won't be able to live here. But if you're willing to overcome that fear, then this is a place that you'll really love. And see, I told you, there's always some sort of event going on here. Like, can you hear the music? I think it's people that are dancing or something. And what the best part about it is that it's free. So like, you can just sit there and watch and listen to the music, or even you can dance. It's for free, and you can just enjoy yourself. You can take a better look at the architecture of this church right here. It's a beautiful architecture. And yeah, I mean, there's still all of this. This stage here was because of a concert that there was to celebrate Independence Day in Mexico. And yeah, I was about to tell you that in November, during Day of the Dead, is a very popular festivity here. Also Christmas, the night right before Christmas Eve, there's a festivity called Noche de Rábanos, where people make sculptures out of radishes. So like, literally they will make works of art with radishes. And then you can get one home if you want, or you can just take a picture with it. And I'm gonna show you how people are all gathered around here, and they're just like dancing. Well, right now there's no music going on, but in a minute, when the music goes on, I'm gonna show you. Something sad about Oaxaca is that, like I told you, people are very defensive here of their rights and traditions. And well, usually there's always some sort of protest going on. So like right now there are different tents set up right there, and that's people who decided to stay there and just live there as a way of protesting to defend their rights. Although a lot of times these people are just manipulated, to be honest, by different union leaderships and stuff like that. So I mean, they don't really know what they're fighting for, but they are there still. That's kind of sad about Mexico. As you know, not a lot of people have access to good quality education, so they're very easy to manipulate, and people have taken advantage of that, and we can see that happening as a result. There's a gazebo there, and I mean, the atmosphere is just beautiful. It's just very relaxed. You can see people like eating their ice cream and just sitting there and just chilling and talking. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how people are dancing right now.